And at the age of 22, I was depressed, lost, and had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. At the age of 35, I picked up my camera to learn how to make videos, and 5 months later, one of my videos went viral. And today, as I stand at 35 and a half, I feel the excitement of a newborn child. I feel the excitement of somebody whose life is just about to begin. I hate my job. I don't know what I'd want to do with my life, and I'm already 22 years. I'm a trained engineer, and my real passion is not engineering, it's dance. I wish I could be a dancer. These sentences, I can't tell you how many times I've heard these sentences, not only from my students, not only from people I've mentored, not only from my friends and family, but also from many of you who are following this very page. But here is exactly what I always tell people who say something like this to me. Let me tell you my story. Let's begin. At the age of 5, I won my first certificate for elocution. At the age of 9, I won my first medal for swimming. At the age of 13, I wanted to be an astronaut. At the age of 16, I wanted to be a photographer and a teacher. At the age of 17, I earned my first pocket money as a craft teacher. At the age of 20, I earned good money as a handwriting analyst. At the age of 21, I wanted to be an economist. And at the age of 22, I was depressed, lost, and had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. At the age of 23, I took up a job that paid me well, taught me a lot, yet a job that got monotonous after 2 years. At the age of 25, I earned my first money as a trainer. At the age of 26, I started my own event management company. At the age of 29, I shut down my own event management company. At the age of 29, I picked up my camera to seriously learn photography. At the age of 30, I started my own baby photography company. At the age of 32, I learned to become a trained food stylist and food photographer. At the age 34, I was doing rather well as both a trainer as well as a photographer. At the age of 35, I picked up my camera to learn how to make videos, and 5 months later, one of my videos went viral. And today, as I stand at 35 and a half, I feel the excitement of a newborn child. I feel the excitement of somebody whose life is just about to begin. So what does this mean? Does this mean that I'm fickle? Does this mean that I don't stick to one thing? Does this mean that everything in my life is happening late and I should not be satisfied or should not be happy with myself? Well, you may think so, but I don't agree. According to me, this is my life, the choices are my choices, and I'm working on my own timeline. Let me explain what that means. Do you know any two people who are absolutely the same? My sister and me, we grew up in the same house, yet we are completely different people, and I know of many other siblings who are like that. In that case, if all people are so different from one another, how can our choices ever be the same? And as far as timelines or what we believe is an accurate timeline for our life, when things should happen by, is concerned, your timeline and my timeline could be absolutely different. What may be totally acceptable to you may be completely unacceptable to me. Some people are happy getting married at 18 and graduating at 30. On the other hand, I know of people who are extremely happy graduating at 21 and getting married at 45. And you know what? Both people are truly happy, satisfied, and living the life that they completely love and are happy and proud of. So, let me tell you what I understand about this. Number one, change is okay. In fact, change is a norm of life. Change means that you're living. If you're changing, if you're moving, it just goes to show that you are alive and you're capable of learning. In today's world, changing from one career to the other is so much easier than it was ever before. The resources to learn anything are unlimited. And if you are an engineer who wants to get into art, or who wants to get into dramatics, or who wants to get into dancing, or whatever it is that you are passionate about, go ahead, make friends, make connections, find some great websites, get some great books, learn whatever it is that you can about whatever you're curious about or passionate about. Change is always a good thing, and in today's world, you have every option to try anything that you want. Remember, reinventing yourself does not mean failure. Change is good, embrace it. everyone has a different timeline. If all of us are so different, if our choices are so different, if our abilities are so different, if our interests are so different, how can our timelines ever be the same? How can what you think is normal for you also be normal for me? Absolutely not. I know of people who found the calling of their life at the age of 14 and stuck to it for the rest of their lives. I know of people who tried out many different things and find out what they were truly passionate about at the age of 48. I know of people who bloomed early in life, reached their highest point of success at the age of 17 and a half, and then, well, didn't do very much. And I know of people who achieved their highest point of success much later at the age of 62. But does that mean that any of them are too late or too early? Absolutely not. The world is programmed to tell you that sometimes you're not following the right timeline. You're not doing things as per their schedules. Well, you have every right to choose what you want your schedule to be. Remember, it's never too late or it's never too early. And most importantly, stop comparing yourself with anybody else and their timelines that you see on social media these days. Number 3, keep moving. If there's one thing that has been consistent in my life for the last 35 and a half years, it is that I have always moved. I've never stopped. Sometimes I've moved slow, sometimes I've moved faster, sometimes I've moved on the same direction and the same path for a long time, sometimes I've changed my path. But the truth is that I have never stopped moving. And I think that has made all the difference. You see, a lot of us give up. We overthink. There's one thing that I feel that I'm not good at, and that is overthinking. If there's something that I feel like doing, if there's something that I feel like trying, I don't overthink whether I'm going to be successful or I'm going to be a failure at it. I do it anyway. I give it my 100% if I feel passionate about it, and I do whatever it is. Because I genuinely feel that it's okay to try, it's okay to experiment, it's okay to go wrong a few times, it's also great if you do some things right a few times, but it's not okay to not try because you're overthinking. So one of the things that I feel that I've been doing successfully in my life is that I have been trying and experimenting with new things and anything really that my heart desires or that catches my fancy, because I believe that the more you move, the more you learn, the more you see, the more experiences you gain, the richer you become, and eventually all of it adds up. So please remember, keep moving. It will all add up eventually. So I hope I managed to clear some doubts regarding career changes, frustration about your job versus your passion, and also this whole idea of comparison with other people who are running on completely different timelines from your own. I hope I managed to clear your doubts, and I hope I managed to give you some hope and maybe some ideas that are going to help you. To all of you who are struggling because of these mental upheavals, just remember, it gets better. Hang in there.